What's up? What's up? What's up? My mind your money business folks. I know I've been missing in action for a couple of days, but I've been busy doing some entrepreneur type things, attending some events, took some photos. If you don't know, I'm here to tell you, you're going to need multiple streams of income, moving into the future. Why not? It's a good thing to have. It's a good thing to put in place. It's a good thing to have a plan, because when you don't have a plan, you're pretty much planning to fail for the days to come. So what I wanted to come online and talk about is the demand for NVIDIA chips are insane. And these are not my words. These are the words of the CEO, Jensen Huang, of the NVIDIA company, right? There are big things happening with NVIDIA. It closed on Friday at $124.92, which is a great thing to start the month of October. I don't know how things are going to go the rest of the month. It could be a little iffy, but if it does go down, I plan to buy the dip. There are things happening upcoming, like the elections are happening on November 5th. The Feds are meeting again in November. When are the Feds meeting? The Feds meet again, I think November 7th, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're meeting again on November 7th. November 7th and 8th. But let me make sure of that. And then also they're expecting another 25 basis point cut. We received 50 basis the last time. Yes, November 6th and November 7th. So that's something important. Again, the elections are November 5th. The Feds are meeting again on November 6th and 7th. Then right after that, NVIDIA's coming out with this earnings report. And NVIDIA's earnings report comes out on November 19th. Some very big things are happening in the month of November. So again, if the remainder of October, the stock price goes down, more than likely people are selling off profits that have been made. Buy the dip. That's what I always do. I buy the dip, because to me, NVIDIA is a big stock. It's the leader in AI technology. It's the biggest semiconductor chip maker in the world. They're leading the AI technology boom into the future, right? Also, NVIDIA is doing some partnerships that I may create another video and talk about. This recent partnership to teach users how to utilize AI within their company. So let's talk about what NVIDIA's CEO said about the demand for its new chips is insane. Is it time to buy the stock? That's a decision you're going to have to make. NVIDIA has become one of the best performing stocks in the past few years, as demand has skyrocketed for its graphics processing units that help build an artificial intelligence infrastructure. The company is used to seeing high demand for its products, so it was noteworthy when the recent CNBC interview CEO Jensen Huang called demand for his chip based on his new Blackwell architecture is insane. It's freaking insane. Insane Blackwell demand. Blackwell is the newest architecture for NVIDIA's graphics processing units. The company introduced it earlier this year, saying it was the world's most powerful chip, and that it would help customers run their real-time generative AI large language models at much lower cost and energy consumption than its predecessor chips. Like NVIDIA plans to put out a chip each year, a newer and faster, better chip. Wong told CNBC that after an initial delay due to minor design flaw that affected manufacturing, Blackwell is still in full production and going as planned. He then explained why the company decided to accelerate the pace of its innovation cycle to once a year. No other company is doing this, saying that if it can increase performance by 2 or 3 times each year, it will increase revenue and decrease costs and energy consumption for its customers each year. Like, NVIDIA is controlling roughly about 80% of the AI market, and they're expecting this to become a $1 trillion market at some point. Now, undoubtedly, this will also benefit NVIDIA. It will keep it in the lead in a fast-moving technology while also maintaining high demand and pricing power. The company already announced its next GPU architecture called Rubin, scheduled for 2026. Like, they're so far ahead of everybody right now. I think the second company behind NVIDIA is, I think, AMD. I believe it is AMD. Okay, so here's the thing. At an estimated cost of $30,000 to $40,000 per chip, and companies are spending billions of dollars on these chips, right? So one chip is $30,000 to $40,000. Having insane demand for Blackwell bodes very well for the company. When it introduced the technology, it said that a number of leading tech companies were already set to adopt Blackwell, including Alphabet, Amazon, Dell, Meta Platforms, Microsoft, OpenAI, Oracle, Tesla, and xAI. That's a lot of large companies fighting over NVIDIA's latest GPUs, and demand is unlikely to slow. Based on the actions of NVIDIA's customers, it does not appear that demand for its GPUs is likely to slow down anytime soon. For example, Oracle Executive Chairman Larry Ellison, and these are people from the company, this is the CEO from the company saying these things, and now I'm about to read something from Oracle's Executive Chairman Larry Ellison. He was asked on the company's second quarter earnings call whether the demand for computing power would slow if there is a transition from AI training to AI inference. He replied that there was likely no end in sight over the next 5 to 10 years for demand as companies battle for AI technical supremacy. But NVIDIA is leaps and bounds ahead of these companies. So my investment in NVIDIA is for the long haul. I'm not doing these short-term investments. I'm in it for the long haul, and this thing could go to the moon in the next 10 years. His company, for example, Oracle, plans to double its own capital expenditures for fiscal year 2025, which ends next May. Meanwhile, Alphabet and Meta Platforms said more risk for underinvesting in AI infrastructure by overinvesting. Both companies are spending heavily in AI-related CapEx, capital expenditures, with Meta already saying it expects its 2025 budget to be significantly higher than in 2024. Cloud computing leaders Amazon and Microsoft are pouring money into data centers to keep up with AI demand, while startups, OpenAI and xAI, are spending a boatload of money to develop more advanced AI models. This race for more sophisticated AI models is creating the need for exponentially more computing power to train them, and that's NVIDIA. And to train them, that's where Accenture comes in, because NVIDIA has partnered with a consulting company called Accenture, who is going to help train companies on AI using NVIDIA's software. NVIDIA's, wow, NVIDIA. Okay, that power is provided by GPUs, which most likely were designed by NVIDIA. For example, Meta says its Llama 4 LLM large language models would likely need 10 times the GPUs as its predecessor, Llama 3. Damn. While xAI's Grok 3 AI models required 5 times as many GPUs to be trained as Grok 2 needed. Wow. So is NVIDIA stock a buy? All of this points to a need for a lot more GPUs in the future. And these companies have already stated that they need more in order to keep up with the AI demand. Microsoft is saying it, Amazon is saying it, Meta, and these are large cap companies. These are some of the largest. They're part of the Magnificent Seven, but they're part of the 500 largest companies in the United States. Let's see. Well, I'm not going to get into that. But in the world's race for more and more computing power, no company is in a better position than NVIDIA. Besides the domination of its chips, there's the wide moat created by its CUDA software, which long ago became the de facto platform to program GPUs. At the same time, the stock is reasonably priced despite its parabolic performance in the past few years, trading at a forward pricing earnings ratio, PE, of about 31 based on next year's analyst estimates, and a price earnings to growth ratio of 0.87. The stock is attractively priced given the demand that appears to be ahead for its GPUs. It's a buy, people. With NVIDIA talking about the insane demand for its Blackwell chips and its customers continue to ramp up their AI spending, the stock remains a buy. It remains a buy. It's at a low point. It's at a low price right now. It may go down, when the stock market opens today. It may go down. But buy the dip. As long as the company continues to produce, there are no issues with manufacturing the product. There are no business related issues. To me, and in my opinion, I'm not a professional. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just someone online doing research and just giving his opinion on the stock market and certain stocks. NVIDIA is a buy it, and I see it going up and up, and I'm holding it for the long haul. Yeah, 5-10 years I'm holding this bad boy. The longer the better, right? The stock market as a whole, the S&P 500 is doing very, very, very well. If you're not investing people in these paper assets, I don't know what else you're doing with your money. Lower your debt to income ratio so that you can invest into these paper assets, not something that's depreciating, but something that's appreciating over time. And this is another form of income that you can receive, when you retire. Having multiple streams of income is what you should aim for. All right, so you guys, take care. Peace.